What's up, Cancer Collective? Thank you for joining me for your energy reading. If it's your first time joining me, my name is Keita. Welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm going to be doing a shadow word reading for you guys. And some want to come forward because the lights were just fine. And now they starting to do that flickering shit that they do. So the ancestors definitely have a message for y'all. I have no clue what it is, but we're gonna tap in to see what's happening. I'm going to be pulling from the Angels of Wisdom, Angel Wisdom Tarot deck, and then I have a few Oracle decks that I'm going to clarify with. Clear. So let's see. Father God, Mother Earth, ancestors, and spirit guides, we come to you in gratitude for your love and light, for your presence and provision, and ask that you please bring forth the best message for the highest good of the Cancer Collective at this time. We thank you for the message that has come forth. So it is. So you got the King of Pentacles that fell out. So this tells me this is in some way in reference to your coin or masculine energy that is focused on financial stability, being a provider, one who embodies a energy of being compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, grounded. This could be speaking to a time of great success for you all, financial security and prosperity, having the Midas touch, entrepreneurship, everything turning out beautifully, a supportive parent and spouse, and or a good person to work for. But what I'm seeing here is the King of Pentacles fell out, right? Symbolic of this masculine energy and financial security. It does not matter if you are a masculine or feminine individual. We all have masculine and feminine energy. But release coming out at the top of the deck is telling me that in order to get to this energy of the King of Pentacles sitting on the throne, comfortable, living the life of luxury, safe and secure, and provided for, and therefore able to provide, there is some release that has had to take place or is going to have to take place, because you have here with release, it is the equivalent to the death card in the tarot, which is not about no physical death. Just saw 311. But it's about getting in alignment with your divine purpose. And in order to do that, and in order to reap the reward of your hard work as a King of Pentacles, somebody's having to let go of some things and go through a complete transformation. This is not just like a few little changes here and there, but profound change. Change in environments, change in circles, and who you allow to partake in and affect your energy, your mind state, how you view a lot of things, how you show up. This is release. Letting go of what no longer serves you and allowing it to not only die, but die for good. Allowing that version of you that aligned with those things, just off 411, to die and die for good. Giving things its proper funeral and moving into a entirely new reality for yourself. And when you do that, because with this release energy, it's endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that hold you back, and spiritual transformation. When you go through this and achieve this victory, in the image you got an angel here holding out its hands in receptivity. This angel is holding out his hands as if to say welcome. Like finally you made it. You know what I'm saying? Welcome. And in the back, you got these two towers that look like castles of some sort, and a unicorn. And then the unicorn is like a prized horse because it has these flowers around the neck, and I think that's a Scorpio symbol. Scorpio being symbolic of that death energy, that rebirth and resurrection energy. You're now being rebirthed and resurrecting as a unicorn, what some would consider a weirdo, different from what you're used to or societal norms, the black sheep, even just standing out from the crowd. That's where your abundance lies. And for some of y'all, it is going to require that you not require, but it's going to lead you to I just saw what's under the deck after the after the Page of Pentacles. You're gonna be learning something new, starting a new beginning, like starting like an apprentice with this Page of Pentacles, learning and excited about what's to come and building something new. And you're going to be doing it from the influence of a Two of Cups dynamic, being in harmonious alignment with someone, your direct mirror, somebody that's just easy to talk to be around. They give you butterflies. Like, it's that healthy sense of nervousness, but also that boost of confidence in the weirdest way, being around this person. And you got Cupid with his or her, or what was Cupid, a boy or girl, a hermaphrodite, whatever. Cupid with their arrow. And I don't know if Cupid is about to shoot the arrow or getting it back, but you got these two people here smiling and giving each other their cup. You know, with the Ace of Cups, that's love of self. But when you offer someone else your cup, that means you got your cup runneth over. And you have enough love for self that in a very healthy way, you're able to share your overflow with someone else. And therefore, neither of you are ever void because there's reciprocity in the connection. With the Two of Cups, that's falling in love, or the resurgence of a romantic relationship, forgiveness and the ending of challenges, exchanging gifts and not giving up on the one that you love. And then these two are standing at the end of a road that leads to a home, because that's two people who feel like home to one another. But in this relationship develops this Page of Pentacles energy of being like learning, studying, grounding. So it's like you've been doing this release work. You've ended some things. You've changed your mind state about some things. You've energetically shifted in a myriad of ways. For many of you, it's going through the dark night of the soul and emerging a more authentic version of yourself. But in doing that, it's like coming out of the closet with this Page of Pentacles, because you're grounding that which has shifted energetically. And you're doing it with the support or assistance or the influence of this Two of Cups energy. That's beautiful. And then you got this in the Page of Pentacles card, you got this lady, so she's sitting like at a library. She got all these books out here. She got a little plant that's growing and a rabbit, which means this is a very fertile time for you all. I love this. I love this for y'all. This death and rebirth energy that's leading to just something totally different in your 3D reality. But if you're not on the other side of this already, what it means is you're still going through a tying up loose ends with this death energy, with this release energy. So what is it that's having to come to an end so that you can show up to this new beginning ready to ground this situation, and that is the shadow work. So I'm going to clarify this message with the Mystic Healing reading cards to see what's up with this release energy. Clarify, release. Minimize guilt. Some of y'all, I want to read the message of release as well. But you got the number 22 here. And with the Two of Cups being the energy that's showing up as supportive, you got support, somebody to support you along the way. And then you got number 22 with minimize guilt. This is someone who has in some way influenced you being able to do that. What you guys are needing to do or have done is starting to forgive yourself and minimize that feeling of guilt that you feel when you do what's best for you, or feelings of guilt that you've carried about things that you've done in the past, or things you didn't know the truth of when you didn't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? When you were wandering aimlessly, or when information wasn't necessarily made available to you, you showed up in the world a certain way. And now that you know better, you have that responsibility to do better. But then with that sometimes comes guilt, which needs to be released. So you've been doing the work, or you're doing the work to minimize guilt. This person here has a blindfold on, looks like an angel, and there are some cords, and she's pulling on the middle one. Then you got this guy, look like he's standing in some water. The lady standing on a pedestal, she's standing in some water. Baby, looking at this, I have no idea what the fuck one thing got to do with the other. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I have no idea what one thing has to do with the other, but I do understand that with 12, just saying 1222, and this card being the number 22, and then the Two of Cups being present, is that you've had some support in evolving from some guilt that you felt about something. And it may be guilt that you felt about how you showed up in this connection, because the King of Pentacles is also a supportive energy. But for some of you, you probably didn't know just how bad you was fucking up in this situation until you went through this this death cycle, or this ego death, or you went through this cycle of having to release the ego and other things that contributed to showing up in toxicity. Therefore, damn near sabotaging this connection. So you got the King of Pentacles now, though, having done some forgiveness work, and also some work to balance his finances in some way, showing up more supportive. The King of Pentacles energy is very supportive. When he's in his shadow energy, this is one who is stingy as fuck. All he focused on is a coin or a bag. That's all he do is chase a bag, which is very toxic masculinity and not divine masculine energy. This is somebody who uses working, hustling, grinding, having money or not having money as an excuse for not showing up in connections that they claim to value. But that's changing as a result of this release, and there's some possible forgiveness taking place on this person's part, because they can ask for forgiveness from the other person all day long. One of the most important aspects of this situation is, do you forgive yourself? Because if not, the person can forgive you and you just gonna keep carrying that shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to be in a mood past this situation and you keep carrying it. So you got minimize guilt, assimilate life experience. You all are alchemizing your life experiences, shit that happened in the past, what you got going on. Now we literally got Cupid showing up again, shooting his arrow at this man with this mask on. And what I'm getting from that is, so you got this image that look like, okay, that's a woman. And then you got a masculine. She got her spear, he got his sword. They marching forward in some way. So it's like future focused, right? He has this 12 against his on top of his head, and this is the number 2 card. You got the Cupid shooting his arrow at the guy. So the masculine energy is being shot by Cupid's arrow, and that's leading him to assimilate some experiences like this, with this release energy of healing some old wounds, and love being the answer to letting go of some of that old shit, releasing some of that old shit, so that the masculine energy could show up as this King of Pentacles, supportive, committed, a provider, a protector, and be willing to learn how to exist in his new 3D reality as a result of this rebirth, and alchemize his old experiences. Take the good from those experiences and bring it into this 3D reality in this now moment to help further this experience and leave what no longer serves him behind. At the bottom of the deck, you have, I don't want all those cards. Ooh, Shawty came up in another reading. All these twos. Listen to your intuition. Doing what you're intuitively led. Learning with this page of Pentacles how to do what you've been intuitively led to do, and showing up in your 3D reality as one who has who is embracing their feminine energy. I love this for y'all. This is like a big shift from being down in the dumps, low vibrational, following the crowd, possibly showing up as a wolf in sheep's clothing, like knowing deep down you a whole warrior, and then showing up like a court jester, trying to make everybody laugh and playing and joking and kikiing when you smart as fuck. Yeah, you got jokes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you cute, but baby, at some point you come to realize the people are laughing at you and not with you, and that you're not making good use of your God-given talents and gifts. But this release is releasing that mask that old boy got on before Cupid's arrow shoots him in the ass. And you know, once Cupid shoots you, baby, it's all, you in love. You're in love. You operating from love, and that's what we're meant to do. And it takes operating from love to show up as the King of Pentacles. Because when you don't, you get these masculine energies who show up as dictators. You know what I'm saying? They don't want a partner. They want a dictatorship. They don't want a partnership. They want to be able to tell their partner where to go, who they can go with, what to wear. You know what I'm saying? Whereas a King of Pentacles is like, you know what I'm saying, I share the wealth because I got it to give, and I love you unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? Not because you're my property. I know for one thing, for me, and I think it's healthy in relationships for us to understand that we get to experience one another. We do not own each other. We don't have ownership of each other. We don't become one another's property. And I think the more people come to understand that and be grateful for getting to experience one another, relationships have a better chance of having longevity. But I want to read the message of release. For somebody who has not gone through this death cycle, this ego death, You will know. You cannot mistake an ego deal, baby. You cannot mistake experiencing a dark night of the soul. You be feeling like life is kicking your ass, but it be lesson after lesson after lesson to get you to the point of showing up as your authentic self. So you can't mistake that. But for those of you who have not had this experience, don't be surprised if you begin to, and this is what it's leading you to: the Two of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles energy, which is all love. All love, not only in your 3D reality, but I mean your 5D reality, but your 3D. Like, shit been moving and shifting and changing and elevating and ascending spiritually and energetically, but now it evolves into something that you can actually tangibly see, feel, touch, taste in your 3D reality. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. So for those of you who have gone through it and you see yourself on the other side, congratulations. But for those of you who have not or in the midst of it, this is your work. So release, it says Archangel Azrael is here with open arms to comfort you. White roses grow in every direction to show the purity and peace in this moment. After going through the awakening experience, it is not uncommon to find things or people in your life that need to go. There's a desire for new beginnings and therefore a need for endings. There are many types of endings: those that seem to just happen to you and those that you initiate yourself. Some endings are a breath of fresh air, while others can bring great sorrow. Sometimes they do both. When I tell you that real life is true, like, the two can exist at the same time. You can settle on parting ways with somebody and be happy with your decision and also feel some grief. The two can exist. That's part of being human, and I think a lot of times our emotions are not as cut and dry as we like to make them. Like, it can be very complex, but I think part of the healing and the moving forward requires being transparent about how we're feeling and being aware of how we're feeling. And we can't do that when we giving our energy away all the time. Just our 2222. Tools are major energy coming through, because this is speaking about what has been done or needing to be done to enter into healthy partnership. So it says, as you work your way through this deck, you will find other cards that signal endings. Many indicate that you can just dust yourself off and move on. But with release, you have to experience the ending. Whether happy or sad, you have to move through the finale slowly, perhaps with the help of friends, family, or your spiritual practice. There's much to learn and much growth to be had, and you won't want to lose those opportunities. Again, you have support here. There's someone who either is or is going to be in your 3D reality who will provide support to you and will provide it in a way that is just perfect for you. You know, there's somebody, I believe that there is somebody for everybody. Somebody that speaks your love language. You know what I'm saying? That you have such chemistry with, that it's like two puzzles that fit together. You know what I'm saying? The missing puzzle piece to each other's puzzle. And so this is speaking to going through this experience, and the thing that minimizes the guilt of having to let go, or any unsettling emotion you may be feeling about this release process, this spiritual transformation, this elevation. You have someone that can be or is supportive. So it says there's much to learn and much growth to be had, and you won't want to lose those opportunities. Whatever the situation, remember that the divine adores you, and it's in both new beginnings and inevitable endings that you are led closer to joy in your life. If you have faith, that is. Facing your fears, moving forward, freedom to change, transformation, reincarnation, and spiritual evolution. This is reminding me of the last divine masculine reading that I did. Something in the title about it was like talking about the masculines tapping into Christ consciousness and resurrecting. Yeah, the resurrection of the divine masculine, basically, and having the support of a feminine energy, like Mary Magdalene was to Jesus, or Isis to Osiris. Baby, Isis was standing on business by her man. She said, we finna, they did what to him? She called her sister Nephthys. Hey, come through. Nephthys representing the darker energies, and they got to work, and they found his body parts that was spread all over the place, which could also be considered soul retrieval, as many of us have had pieces of our souls throughout our different experiences in this lifetime severed from us, therefore preventing us from being able to show up as our true authentic self and shine our light. But Isis, she called in the team and was like, hey, we finna put 2 and 2 together and make 4 and bring my baby back to life. They got him fucked up. Long as I got breath in my body and magic and power within me and standing in my I am practice, we about to speak life over my man. And she was able to manifest a rebirth for Osiris long enough for them to give birth to Horus. So that's a little comedic spirituality, but you see this theme presented in so many different scenarios. I think in like the Muslim tradition, Khadijah was the wife of Muhammad, and she was the provider. She was the provider when he was down bad and he didn't have it. And so much she loved him and he loved her, so much so that when I think she died first, don't quote me, I think she died first and he remarried, but he owned the fact that like he'll never love another woman the way he loved Khadijah. So it ain't nothing new. That in order for many of the masculines to rise, to grow, to release, to minimize the guilt and assimilate their life experience and move forward into a more elevated, ascended state in this 3D reality, that it takes tapping into their own internal feminine energy and aligning with an external divine feminine energy. But with that being said, y'all, I hope the message found y'all well. If it did not find you well, I hope something was said that leaves you well. If you're interested in a personal reading, feel free to email me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to donate to the channel, that information is in my description box as well. But until next time, y'all, peace.